Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Apothecary Diaries Season 2 episode number 12 reaction. So the previous episode, Mao Mao and Jinxi went out on a little like a hunt. It was like a little expedition thing, and Jinxi was kind of, I guess you could say, like targeted, not really targeted, but yeah, he was targeted first and foremost. Like that guy, I forgot his name, Lolan's father. He wanted to somehow give Jinxi a aphrodisiac, and like he probably had some kind of plan over there. That's why Jinxi was not eating anything. He was like covering his face and everything, and like it kind of made him dehydrated. It was hot and made him fall sick. And Mao tried to help him out and bring him like a little bit of like water and instead of salt in it as well. And that is when they get targeted by some people. They shot at them, and they fell in like a little cave kind of thing. And yeah, now a lot of things happened over there. In the end, we are at that section where like Mama fell on top of Jinx, and Jinx is like hugging her. So I wonder what he's going to say here. Let's see what happens. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Okay. Oh god. Here we go. Ha! What a joke. Two Odems in a while. Yeah, because he's a guest here. He's supposed to be the one. Damn, just. Oh, yeah, his name is Shisho. Right. I don't think he was the one who ordered those guys to shoot them, but he's has his own agenda, I guess. Um. Right. He's like, wait a minute. Oh! Oh no! Wait! Yeah, is it the frog? um. Oh no. Yep, it's she'll realize, huh? He's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, she doesn't know. She thinks that he's. She thinks. Okay, okay. It is. Yep. Right. Yeah, I guess. Like actions speak better than words, I guess. I'm. She's like, I don't want to get involved in this. Yeah, she's trying to divert the whole thing. It wasn't a fraud. Wow. What do you call it? Oh no. Somewhat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Is he? Oh my god. Um. Yeah. Was that a frog? Right. I, I feel like should I kick him? Oh, I think no, no. I think he's feeling unwell. No, never mind. Oh, the dog is here. Yep. Back. Yeah. Well. Hmm. Well. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. They wouldn't use those guns to hunt. Hmm. Oh. Oh yeah. Hmm. It's froze. Oh god. Okay. Using the dog. Ooh. Hmm. Wait. Is this? No, no. It's the person. The person who brought. Oh, yeah, it's him, right? Lihaku, right? Yep. That was his name, right? Lihaku. Yeah, he realizes that he's trying something, some kind of a. All right, let's do this. Oh, I think Mama's probably planning to. Okay, so is he one of them? He is probably. There was like three or four of them. Oh, hmm, right. Okay. Oh, low. Yeah. Now they're trying to smoke out the. Oh, okay. Yep, they're planting clues and leading them to something. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's trying to find, like, take the gun because they're finding, searching the forest. Yep, there you go. They baited him out. Oh, empty. Well, there we have it. Mm, right. Ah, I see. Free FIFA. Yeah, and there were multiple of them, so I'm guessing. Hmm, foreign made. Okay. Hmm. Right. Oh, that's. Hmm. Yeah, that's what they did. Use the dog to find the. Okay. All right. Mm. Well, it worked out eventually. Bruh. Okay, nice. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mhm, yeah. Wow. Right. Yeah, so they kept this under wraps. Obviously makes sense, obviously. People will panic otherwise. Hmm. Angered the empress? Hmm. Ma. Ah. Hmm. Damn. Oh, so that's what they're going with. Damn. Yeah. Bro. Yeah. 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 Well, kind of, but Mama just. Hmm. Like, the thing is, she knows, but that's good. If. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't know. Like, we just found them and that's it. Like, since they're saying it's from foreign made, I'm assuming those, yeah, those two are involved in this. Yeah, makes sense. Thought about that. Yeah, that as well. Like, one of them was pregnant, or like, okay. Oh, oh, interesting. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Hmm. Yep. And that's enough. Oh no. That. What? What is that? I wanted to give you this one. Oh. Uh, uh, is she listening to Jinxie? Okay. Oh boy. Bro. Oh boy. Well, you should have you should have given it later to her. First talk to her, then give it to her. What's she gonna do with that? Damn. Like I said, two people in the sun with car from car. Right. Moon prince. Hmm. Kazuigetsu. Right. Hmm. So that's his name, right? Like true name? No, or is it like a title? Kazuigetsu. Okay. All right. No, that's what it is. You know that. Oh my god! I just realized. Oh boy. Hmm. Okay. And that was today's episode. That was episode number 12. Yeah, so we get to the conclusion of the whole hunting party, that we had. We found out who the person was who, tried to assassinate them. Obviously, we don't know much more about them. Like, we just know who they are, and that's it. We don't know anything about what's going on in the background, who they were hired by, and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing they'll probably interrogate them or something, but I doubt they'll be able to find anything from them because I don't know. I just get the feeling that they themselves probably have no idea who hired them because usually in these type of situations, like mercenaries who get hired, uh, usually they get hired by like a third party who is not really like that easy to track down, or by some anonymous person they get hired. So even if they get caught, like as we saw what happened, and even if they get interrogated, they won't be able to say anything because they don't even know who hired them. So, but obviously, the fact that the FIFA was, as they mentioned, it was like Western origin, and it seemed like, like it's, I don't know, like it comes from not something from this country, kind of puts the spotlight on those two, like sisters, the envoys. So, that's the thing. But that's it. That's all we know about it. Anyways, other than that, there were a few other things in today's episode. For example, Mao Mao getting to know that Jinshi is not a eunuch. But because she didn't want to get involved more in court politics, she was like, "Oh, it's a frog." It was a slimy, somewhat large frog. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Basically that was Mao Mao. While Jinshi was like, "What frog? That was no frog." And that was not somewhat large frog. Oh boy, that whole section was funny. And yeah, and right. So obviously, Jinshi wasn't really happy about how the whole section went because he wanted to tell Mao Mao about his situation, but Mao Mao was like, "I don't want to get involved in this, so I'll act as if I don't know what's going on." Right. So in the end, what the good thing, I wouldn't call it a good thing, but I guess the positive thing to come out of this is that at least Mao Mao now realizes or knows, because as she said that up until now she was deliberately looking away from any of this because like she could have easily deduced this anytime, but she deliberately looked away from it because she didn't want to get involved in any of this. She was like, yeah, court politics, especially more, like deeper court politics, which involves like the emperor and like anyone related to the emperor. I don't want to put my like go in that direction in any way because it's going to be very, very bad. I'm just going to get entangled into some nonsense. So she was deliberately looking away from it, but now obviously she literally felt it today. So I guess you cannot look away from it anymore. She literally was grabbing it. So she cannot really look away from it now. So at least she realizes that yeah, he's not an eunuch and there's something going on in the background, but she still doesn't want to like go deeper into that because she just doesn't want to get involved in it. But like I said, at least she knows, or at least she realizes now, this will be helpful in the future. um you know because I feel like in situations where if Mao Mao didn't know he was not a eunuch, a lot of things probably wouldn't make sense to her. But now that she knows about it, she'd probably be able to, I don't know, help in the future, help Jinshi in the future, maybe in certain situations. Situations where obviously the fact that he's not a eunuch is something that is a secret from everyone, or almost everyone, except the higher people, the people who are close to Jinshi. So in situations like that, where maybe Jinshi will fall into some kind of a problem where he will need someone who has the knowledge that he's not a eunuch, Mama can be of help in those type of situations. She can keep a secret, and she will be of help in those. And she's intelligent as well, so she will be of a huge, huge help in those type of particular situations. Right. Anyways, yeah, so that's basically what happened today. The way they found out who was the one who shot the FIFA was also pretty interesting. They basically left a trail of clues, and like the thing is, like they knew, basically they brought everyone outside. They made sure, like they brought the whole thing out that, oh, Jinshi has been attacked, or not Jinshi here, because everyone thinks that this is the emperor's brother. So not Jinshi, but him, the emperor's brother, was attacked. So everyone was out, and that's probably when the mercenary started panicking, because he realized that, oh, I put the Feifa in the forest. So now everyone. So after that, you can see they tracked the guy down first using the dog, and after they realized that, oh, this person is probably the one, they went with the second part of the whole plan, which was basically frame that guy, that old man, and direct the search towards the forest. And as soon as they did that, the guy started panicking. He was like, oh no, they'll find it. So he tried to sneak out to get the gun and probably like hide it somewhere. But that was what we were waiting for. We had a trap set over there and we got him. So it was a pretty easy bait, like baiting strategy, baiting the whole the culprit out, that kind of thing. And obviously after that, the dog also sniffed out all the other associates. So those guys are now arrested, and yeah, that's how they figured it out. It was good. Okay, now after that, we get to see here that Gaoshun was saying something about how, okay, like how we will need Mao Mao's help in the future because of you know like the situation, how like things are start will start to go, he said something about Jinshi cannot be like in the background anymore. He will little by little start coming in front of everyone, and in those type of situations, Mama will be of help if she knows what Jinshi's like current situation, who he is. We will need all the useful pawns we can get. So it's interesting because I don't know what exactly he's planning, but what exactly but it seems like Gaoshun and probably a few people like who's associated with him wants Jinshi to take up the throne or something, like and that's why he's like, oh, he'll need more people to help him out, and Mama will be perfect for that. Like, so I don't know. I just never realized this up until now. I guess they didn't really show it like that. I never realized Gaoshun would be like this ambitious, I guess you could say, at least towards Jinshi's, yeah. But I don't know. Like, you know what? Let's wait and see, because it is true. He did say that it'll get more and more difficult for Jinshi to stay in the background now. Now that he's like, yeah, in front of everyone. Anyways, I guess we'll get to that later. Yeah, but now with the whole thing, Jinshi also talked to Mao Mao in the end. Mao Mao apologized, and Mama also said that, you know what, this is all that I can say, that I'll keep it a secret, number one. Number two, you'll still be you to me, so you don't have to worry about that. And basically, saying that, yeah, even though I know that you are not a eunuch, you probably have some ties with the emperor, and you're probably like the, yeah, like connect, blood related, like connected to the emperor, all that stuff. um if that's what, like if that was what you were hiding, and now that I know about it, I will still treat you as Jinshi, as I treated you back then. I won't suddenly start being formal to you or anything like that, like you'll still be you. So there you go. Yeah. And it's funny because like Jinshi gave him that ox thing. Forgot what it was called. I'm like, you should have talked to her first and then gave it to her. Like, just exhaust all the like dialogue options first, then give her the stuff, because he got locked out of all the conversation, all the dialogue options as soon as he gave it to her. Like, in video games, there are, you always like, you should always try to exhaust all the dialogue options before you pick the main one. So Jinshi mistakenly picked the main dialogue option. So all the other left dialogues just got locked out now. He cannot say it anymore. Because Mama was like, just as soon as she got it, she was like, oh, yeah, like, just her whole focus goes into that, and anything else that Jinshi was trying to tell her just doesn't go go through her head at all. Yeah, but obviously she's happy. She's like, oh, thank you so much for this. She also said that I owe him for this, like the fact that he brought me this. Yeah. Now, okay, this part I need to read. I need to understand this. Not understand, but what Gaoshun says here. Okay, there are only two people in this land with Ka for flower in their names. Okay. Um, Obviously, the emperor at the top of the nation and Master Jinshi, or rather the Moon Prince. Okay. You cannot stay in your temporary position forever. After all, you are our emperor's younger brother, Kazuigetsu. Okay. So, like, this is the thing. Like I said, is this like some kind of a title, or is this like his name? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, he says like, you will have to come to the spotlight very soon, and that's why he was saying we will need Mao Mao or any person who can be of help in those type of situations. That's why Gashun wanted Jinshi to talk to Mao Mao and at least inform her about his situation, which yeah, he did kind of. And yeah, Mao Mao is in, like, does know about his situation, and even though she's not acknowledging it because she doesn't want to get involved in the whole thing. Yeah, that's why. But she knows about it, so that's good. And yeah, so that was today's episode. Good episode. Yeah, let's see what happens. um Now, one thing. Oh, there's another thing that they mentioned. This section when this guy was like, this drunk guy came to Gaoshun, and he was like, oh, like, that beautiful Inush cannot join. Oh, obviously he was talking about Jinshi, but he doesn't know that, that's the same person. So it's like, oh, that beautiful Inush cannot come and join us. And then he starts like asking him for, prodding him for some gossip and stuff. So he says, okay, first and foremost, the burn mark, he says, obviously, that's the thing that they're going with. That's why he's hiding his face. That's the, like, yeah. To have that as the crown prince. And Gaoshun's like, yeah, that, no respect at all for the crown prince. Okay, not this part. There was another section. Okay, after a tragedy earlier, have any of the concubines come to be with child? Obviously, Gaoshun's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. Oh no, what is that part? He talks about him angering the empress or something. Wait a minute. Where is that? Okay, was the entertainment not enjoyable for Yunush? I'm enjoying myself. Okay. It must be terrible. Okay, being forced to become a Yunush because you angered the empress. Okay, here's the thing. This show has a lot of information just here and there. You know, Again, I have no idea if this was revealed in season 1. If it was, I probably forgot about it. But for me, at least for now, this is new because I cannot recall anything like this. It might have been revealed in season 1. Again, this show, it's season 1 came out a while ago, and this show has a lot of information just hidden around in every single episode here and there. It is quite difficult to keep track of everything, and especially if you're just watching the anime. So I have no idea if they said this before in season one, but he apparently angered the empress, and that's why he was forced to become a eunuch. I wonder how much of that is true and how much of that is, I don't know, like what's the situation behind this whole like statement. Like Gaoshun doesn't really say anything here. You can see the past is the past. Yeah. More importantly, okay. Yeah. So that was the one thing that I wanted to check here. You're right. Oh, another thing I want to check here. Mao Mao talking about the situation, the whole. Okay, let me read this part. Um, an uncomfortable ending. Yeah, a lot of things we don't know. First and foremost, just like the other time, so much is left unanswered. Like where they got the Feifa, yeah, what they wanted, and so on. Foreign made, likely the latest model from the West. That is what Mao Mao remembers. Jinshi told her. Okay, the West. Obviously, when you think about that, you think about the envoys, the special envoys who were almost mirror images of one another. Story of girls sneaking out and tricking the guards was probably one of them. Now, this is something that I was talking about, I think, when this story was revealed. I was like, wait, isn't it them? But then I was like, if it was them, then what were they talking about? Like, they were talking about one of them was pregnant or something, and I was like, what's going on about that though? So I was like, is it really them that they are talking about this story? But now it's pretty obvious. Mama herself says that it's probably them. But what about the pregnancy? So here's the thing. She says, what were they doing sneaking out like that? Okay, like the metaphor of the younger sister becoming with a child. Were they after a man, or yeah, you can see here she's like giving the feifas to those guys. So she's thinking maybe she was sneaking out not to be with a man, but for something else, some other like thing, and that's why she was remembering. Like she was thinking if they took that opportunity to give the feifas to, yeah, that kind of thing. I don't know what like what was going on. But no, that was like a story from the past, right? Yeah, so that doesn't have anything to do with now. But as Mao says, I do wonder whether they were actually like sneaking out just to like be with a man, or maybe it's something else. Anyways, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this whole situation as well, the special envoys. So unless and until we get more information and more clues, we cannot really say anything. So for now, we have to stop here and just keep this in mind that yeah, they might be involved. There's also the section where Mao Mao reveals how she is a little bit of slow in regards to human emotions and understanding people, because as a kid, obviously she was there with the courtesans, and they were busy with everyone from day night every single time. She didn't have many people like like taking care of her, so she just cried, and and one day she just realized that, oh, like I just cannot keep crying, so she stopped crying, and from that point onward she became the girl who just never cried, or something like that, she said. And that is also the reason why her emotional, I guess you could say, development kind of halted, because she didn't have anyone to, I don't know, like not teach her, but didn't have anyone to be with her at a young age, and so that she could develop those type of emotions. As a kid, unless and until you have someone like like how you grow up kind of defines what type of a person you are, and how your personality becomes. So as a kid, since she didn't have anyone really being able to spend time with her, she just became this person who doesn't understand what other, or not doesn't understand, but understands it a bit slow than other people in matters of emotional, like like things regarding emotional, like like things, people, regarding other people. She's bad with people basically. So yeah, that's the thing. And obviously you cannot really blame the courtesans as well, because they had their job to do. Obviously, we do know that all those three sisters, they did take a lot of care of Mama when she was a kid, and they probably did it in the little amount of time that they had to themselves, that they were not working, you know. So that in itself is commendable. So you cannot really say anything about the courtesans either, because they, even within the like the time that they had to do their job and everything, even within that they probably found enough time to interact with Mao Mao and just play with her as a kid and be with her, the little amount of time, spare time they got. And we saw that, we saw multiple scenes of Mao Mao be playing with them, in other episodes in season 1, in flashbacks, Mao Mao playing with them, like I think Pyrin, it was Pyrin, right, who was taking care of Mao Mao. She was like more of the mother type. I've forgotten all their names. The only name I remember is Pyrin. I think it was her. Anyways, so yeah, so that's the situation with Mao Mao and her emotional maturity, no, emotional understanding of other people, you could say. Yeah. Okay. And there you go. That was today's episode. Really good episode. And I think this was the first cour. Now, second cour will start from next week onwards. That was that. Now, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. Let me see if I missed anything. I might need to end this a little bit quick because I'm a bit busy after this, but let me see what I can get here. The first scene was, everyone was just there talking about, like, like Jinshi and like Mama were gone for a while, so everyone was talking about it, and they were like, what's going on, this and that. Over there, like Basen, right? That was his name. He couldn't ask help from his father, and he's like, what should I do in this situation? He was like waiting. He doesn't know what to do. He's thinking like, if she should just wrap this up, everything would have been fine. But he's still there drinking. So yeah. Anyways, then we're back to Jinshi and Mao Mao. This is the part where Mao Mao figures out that Jinshi is not a eunuch. She's like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? That's not a frog. That's a snake. Right. Anyways, yeah. So here Mama says like, I might have been subconsciously trying to look away from this because I don't want to get involved in court politics. And taking advantage of this, she's like, you know what? You figured it out. Haha. It helps me, like, not to explain the whole thing. So let me tell you, Mama. And Mama's like, stop. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That was a frog. She was like, and he's like, wait, what frog? That was no frog. And then, like, frogs are not like, and she's like, yeah, that was a somewhat large frog. It was kind of slimy, and she's like, kind of like, just like, like putting his hand and her hand and just rubbing it off on his dress. And she's like, yeah, that was a frog. That was nothing else. That was a frog. Right. Anyway, so Jinshi's like, no, that was not an issue. He's trying to tell her, but she's not listening. She's like, anyways, and after like, a few moments of kind of agitating him, Jinshi like, kind of gets pissed off, and he's like, kind of pushes her down, and he's like, oh, you want to see if it's a frog or not, or something like that, he says, and but this is the time when what's the name? The dog comes in, and Mao Mao just whistles it, and the dog comes down. And yeah, and then Lihaku comes in as well. There you go, they're saved. Anyways, Jinshin's not really happy about how the conversation just abruptly ended over there. Anyways, and Mao Mao's like, I do feel bad for not acknowledging what he was trying to say, and just, yeah. But she's like, now is not the time. Because obviously a bigger problem is here, which is who did all of this and what to do now. So Mao Mao hatches a plan, and Mao Mao did feel a little bit awkward telling Jinshi that, oh, I have a plan, because of the whole conversation that happened a few moments ago. But she's like, okay, I will have to do this. So she tells him, she's like, I do know how to figure out who the culprit is in this situation. So let's do it. So and then the plan is in action. We get to see what the plan was. Basically, Lihaku comes in, gives them the bloody parchment of cloth. Obviously, seeing Lihaku doing this, Basen immediately realized what's going on. Something might be going on, but everyone else is panicking. They went out to search where he is, where the brother of the emperor is, and they're like searching everywhere in the riverbanks and everything. This is the section where the dog sniffs out the guy, you know, and immediately everyone, not everyone, but like Lihaku and everyone like Mao and they immediately realize, oh, this is probably the dude. So they keep an eye on him, and yeah, now second part of the plan comes, like starts going, which is basically they find the arrow and they frame this old man, and the old man's like, I didn't do anything. Obviously, he is innocent. He was just a bait, and using that as an opportunity, they are like, oh, let's look at the forest then. So they just go to the forest now to look. This is the part where the original criminal gets scared because he knows that he buried the Feifa in the forest. He goes there to find the Feifa, and oh, we got him. Like we apprehend him, and yeah, this is also where we get to know how they figure out who he was, because when the gun is shot, when Jinshi shoots the gun, the powder, the sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, like the whole thing, um, it it kind of gets into the body, so the person gets that smell within them. So they made the dog sniff the gun, then made him track down the person who has that smell, which is this guy. There you go. So that is it. Right. So after that, they go back, and this whole thing is not really, not really brought into light. Everyone says like, oh, the younger brother just went out, just it was his fancy. So he just went out to just just I don't know, like roam the forest or something. And they came back, and in secret they found out all the other associates of this guy as well, and then took them in. Either way, Gaoshun sees all of this, and Gaoshun looks at his son, and he's like, he has a long way to go still, because like, it was okay, he did his part, but yeah, he still has a long way to go. This is also the section where Gaoshun comes, talks with this freaking guy, and he talks about Gaoshun's past and how he angered the empress or something, and he's like, oh, the past is the past. Later on, he was trying to get more information from him, but so Gaoshun just leaves, and this is also where Gaoshun kind of like thinks that, oh, I hope Jinshi told Mao Mao about the situation. If we get Mao Mao on our side, it'll be very helpful. Like, and he did call her a pawn, but I guess, yeah, like, right. Anyways, after that, Mao Mao is, we get to see Mao Mao just thinking about the whole incident. The fact that we didn't come to a proper conclusion is still a mystery. Who are the one who ordered the kill? Her mind immediately goes to the special envoys, because obviously they're from outside the country, and the gun is from the west as well. And he's also thinks about the story about the twins, all that stuff she's thinking. Then Jinshi comes in, or doesn't come in, he's outside the door, and Mama here talks to Jinshi, and Mama is like, I thinking that I do feel bad for him, because even though he was trying to tell me something, I tried to just brush it aside. So she's like, this is also where we get to know that Mama, how she doesn't really, is a little bit slow in understanding other people, as she said, because of the fact that she didn't really have much people as a kid, much people taking care of her, obviously because the other like the courtesans were busy. um but yeah, anyways, she then says like, you know what, I'm just going to say what is in my heart. So she says like, like, it's fine, like, I'll keep this a secret, and you are still you to me, so don't worry about it. So Jinshi was happy about that. Obviously Jinshi didn't want Mama to treat him differently now that she knows. So he was happy, and in the end he's like, okay, let me give you this. So gives him the ox thing. But the problem is, after giving it to her, he wanted to talk more to Mao, probably tell him about his feelings or whatever, I don't know. He was trying to say something here. He's like, this is something I want to tell you, this might cause trouble for you. But as he's going in that dialogue, like in that dialogue thing, Mama opens the bag, and she realizes it's ox. What is it called? Ox bezoar. Yeah, one thing that she wanted. It's very rare, and she's always wanted. Then she brought it for her. So yeah, like I said, he should have given it to her later, but because he gave it to her this early, and he wanted to tell her that now, Mama, nothing registers in Mama's head after that. She's like completely just, oh, this, she's like very excited and just goes with it into the bed, starts sleeping with it or whatever. Oh no, before that, she does open the door, and she's like, oh, thank you so much. She's like this big smile on her face. And she just Yeah, Jinshi couldn't say anything. And then she's like, oh, good night. Anyways, and Jinshi keeps trying to tell her something, but she's just too overwhelmed by happiness. In the end, we again go back to Gaoshun, and this is where we get to know Jinshi's name, the Moon Prince. Uh, Jinshi, the Moon Prince, and okay, Kazui gets to right. That's that's the name or the title, I'm guessing. Right. So there you go. And that was the end of today's episode. Really good episode. And yeah, let's see what happens after this. What more trouble they get into, what more mysteries in the second cour, which will be starting from next week. So yeah, thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 12 of season 2 of Apothecary Diaries. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of this show. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.